Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call the meeting, Newbury Recreation Committee meeting to order at 6 p.m. Do I hear a motion and second?
Second.
Motion.
Motion, second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting comes to order. Members present:
Celine Muldowney.
Lucian Esmore.
Mike Volpone.
David Broll.
Mark Sant.
Reading of the previous meeting's minutes. Did you get those at that point, or did I miss it?
I did not send out minutes to the
Okay.
last meeting.
All right, so we'll have to add that to the list that we need to do. The idea of this meeting was to alleviate, or to help facilitate, I should say, a couple of issues to get taken care of. So, do you have any correspondence or anything?
I just have one bill from G Mello,
Ballpark?
175-ish.
It's pretty close. I was gonna say, if it's under 200, I've been okay. The only other correspondence I have is the applications for Rush for the summer. They actually sent their fall application as well that need to resolve, and Pat Sassel doing his thing, so they'll be under old business in a minute. So actually, we're there. Pat, come on down. So to refresh everybody's memory, this is Boy Scout Troop 44, Patrick Sasso. He needed to present us with his dig safe so we could work on his project. It finally was approved, everything's all set, so he's got this, and then if everything gets approved, he's coming to the select board tomorrow night to do that as well, and then he can start on his project.
So yes, like I told you, the dig safe site is approved where I'm going to have the flagpole placed. It's all good to go. I have received approval from the Spirit Adventure Council, which means the people in charge of me, head of Boy Scouts, have approved my project, and I can start. I plan on starting the 11th of June and hopefully finishing on the 12th.
And the area where he's looking at, so if you were looking at the field house, it's off to the right where that area that's in there, but it's a nice area. It's not going to be in the way, and it'll certainly make things a lot easier. So,
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
anybody have any questions? Do I hear a motion to accept his application to do this project and submit it to the select board?
Motion to accept.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? You're all set.
Thank you.
He's already on the select board agenda for tomorrow night's meeting. We had to do that to get this done. Because he is leaving for New Mexico, he had to get it done, or he wouldn't have been able to get it. Dig safe also wouldn't have been up too, so that was the reason why we kind of had to do this. So,
Cool.
you're good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Awesome.
I think I did that in 4 minutes. I think I got you done.
Awesome.
Take care. The second thing is, we briefly discussed it last month about the application from Rush. Pardon me, I want to change emails. They were looking to do a, there's, just give me a second.
Summer program.
Yeah, let's make sure I have the right one. There was one question I had from their email. They made a payment today. We did pay an amount today, but with the fields being unplayable for the first 2 weeks of April, we did not pay for those dates.
Why were the fields bad?
No, I
I was kind of caught off guard. I hadn't had a chance to look at the fields, but I saw that from them, so they did not pay their first 2 weeks, which I was kind of surprised.
They don't get to decide that.
No, they don't.
No.
So we're gonna have to, I'll address that with them at that point, so.
Yeah.
Was that the one that came from Lindsay?
No, well, no, Danielle from Rush actually sent me that email, explaining that that's the reason why. But it was part of the Lindsay email chain that was going back and forth.
Oh, well, yeah, she wanted to confirm that they did not use it.
I have no idea if I didn't go out in the field and check it.
And their application is still not complete. She needs a quarry and insurance cert.
Mhm.
So this is the stuff that hopefully the online system will,
Make things easier.
which I have a training on Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Okay. The application for the summer was between June 21st and July 29th for an hour and a half on Tuesdays and Thursdays on one field. So 3 hours a week at $15 a week times, what, 5-6 weeks, that's what the fee was total. So do I hear a motion to accept the Rush summer application for Field 3 for those dates?
Can we just
Yeah.
go back for a second? According to our documents, they're not even supposed to be using the fields until all the paperwork is in. There's great exposure on the town that they're using the fields without the documentation that we require. We've also set the precedent that they don't have, they or any organization has to fulfill their obligation on the paperwork.
This was
Yeah.
also with
Yeah.
Triton Youth Lacrosse. Part of this, Mark, I'm sorry to say, is my fault, because I literally have just not had time.
I respectfully
So-
disagree with you. When they file their application, the initial application, they should have their insurance with them.
Oh, that
plain and
regard, yes.
simple. Okay, I can understand the Corey not being there when they do the initial, but once their season starts and you know your coaches, they should have that there. Plain and simple.
You shouldn't be rushing out to them if they're. it's
They're-
part of
Well,
their
the office,
application.
the office is asking me, they need to know confirm the fees, confirm that the forms aren't here, and, yeah,
So,
it
but
should be done.
Isn't that what we're hoping that the office is gonna take over?
Yes, 100%.
So we'll bumble through now, and you're right, they should be,
And it should be provisional until they get the paperwork, because our own document says, we don't have to give them, if they haven't paid or haven't done anything, you know, we need some leverage here, you know, plain and simple.
Yeah.
They're playing, if somebody gets hurt now, if there is a situation where a coach made a bad choice, we're on the hook, I would think, because we've asked for this documentation, we have not gotten the documentation, and yet we're allowing them to use the fields. So I think the issue with the first 2 weeks is moot, because they haven't provided documentation to get on the field. Our policy is very clear. You're not to be using the fields unless this information is provided to us.
And are they using the field now, like right now?
I have no idea,
Well,
I
they-
didn't see them, I didn't go by the field.
But I'm saying, have they been using it since the beginning of the season?
I would
And they-
presume so.
well, 2 weeks into the season
Yeah.
apparently.
So,
Well, most programs, summer programs, or spring programs, while there's stuff earlier than April, many start looking at our fields April 1st.
Yeah.
And they had been open, I know that lacrosse used it, and I believe.
They were asking for it before.
Yeah, John had reached out to me.
Yeah, but they, April 1st or 2nd, whatever that weekend was, people started using it. I believe a soccer program was also using it, don't know which one, don't.
So who can reach out, is it Danielle?
Yeah.
Besides
Danielle,
Mike?
Danielle at Rush is the person right now that we're gonna reach back out to, and we're gonna reach out to and say, one, this needs to be done, two, you can't just arbitrarily make a decision and not to pay the first 2 weeks, because the fields weren't there.
They were there,
I mean, they're saying that the fields weren't playable, but
but they were.
Well, there's two questions. The fields were open
yep,
for our permitted holders to use. They make a choice whether they could use the field or not. As stewards of the field, they have to take some responsibility about the care and maintenance of the field. I.e., if it's wet, as we said in our own document, and squishy, they shouldn't be using it. We can't be up there 24/7 and make the determination all the time. And that's what the email, one of the emails I sent out to the different permit holders is, look, if you want us to maintain the fields, we'll close them at 8 o'clock in the morning. And if it dries up before 3, you don't get the fields. We have to rely on our stewards, I believe, to assess the playability of their field. Because 3 might be a good field, but 5A and 5B may not. So we
But
can
they
either
still
close down all the fields or not,
Yeah, but no
or they
one-
can take some responsibility.
yeah.
But they still reserved a field.
They reserve, my understanding is they reserved it, they choose not to use it because it's not in their interest to potentially cause excessive damage to the field, which they'd be responsible for, that's their choice, and that's a good choice. But that doesn't mean, as we said with our fee schedule, if we're giving you this price, then we're not gonna be negotiating refunds or necessary credit for your decision not to use it because of the condition of the field.
If you wanted to get to that point, we can then renegotiate, but we can talk about fees again, and if we're gonna have to go through all those type of things, which we didn't wanna do.
Yeah, they should at least have alerted us that the fields were unplayable.
Agreed. So do you have the chance to reach out to Danielle?
I can send you the email, Mark, if you're able to do it. It's been a little busy.
And that training is at 11 on Wednesday.
But I can forward you that, and there's just a couple of things that we gotta go through and find out, because the office here is asking about, rush payment. First one to confirm that Rush did not use the first 2 weeks, we saw that, we have a total of 11,250. Please verify this total is correct. Once verified, I'll make a departmental receipt and send it over to Celine. Secondly, still don't have a completed application packet, I need their core insurance ASAP. This was sent 4 days ago, so I gotta get on that.
Are you gonna, Mark, can you do that, or?
Sure.
Thank you.
I will.
David, did you hear me about the training? The training?
Yeah, I'm gonna get involved. Do you have the time
11.
in the morning?
It's just a Zoom.
Okay. Yep.
I just sent that to you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you. But we still have their application for the summer. Do we want to consider that at this point, or do we want to push it off because they're trying to get on the field for June 21st? I'm not trying to be a pain about it, but I also want to make sure too, if we're going to be hard about it, I have no problems about it.
I think we can do a conditional approval pending that they get their spring application
Completed,
ASAP
yeah.
completed, and they have a complete application for the summer.
I think that's a prudent decision.
Okay.
Again, this is sort of the reason why, particularly during the summer, if we had an earlier deadline, that they would know in January. I know that right now they are the only ones who are using it during the summer, but if other programs want to start using it, we need to be able to give them ample time before we decide, a month before their season, their summer season starts, that they have access to it.
Okay.
So I make a motion that we provisionally approve, or conditionally approve the summer application by Rush, contingent on them completing their application for the spring before using, in a timely manner. I'm not going to put a date and time on it.
Before the summer season.
Before accessing it.
But they need to finish the spring application by the end of the week?
Yeah.
Well,
like
I don't want to put a hard deadline like that, because the person in charge with the binder may not be there. And every may be arbitrary. Let's make sure that it gets done. That's my priority. And a deadline right now is not as eminent. I'm sure with a phone call and a conversation, things will move quite quickly. And rather than beat them over the head with it, let's work with our partner and get the work done.
So do I hear a second on the motion Mark made regarding to the conditional situation?
Second.
Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Thank you, Mark, very much for resolving that. The only thing left on the list for today is the past minutes. It looks like as of right now, and Alicia was nice enough to send this to me, and I apologize because I don't think I've stopped in 3 days.
It's okay.
We are currently missing minutes from 2019 for 4/11 and 8/13.
Can you say that again, please?
4/11, So April 11th and August 13th. I guess they were approved, they just need to be sent to Julie.
And 2019.
Yep. In 2020, the following dates: February 3rd, May 4th, August 10th, and September 28th. In 2021, March 22nd, June 14th, and July 12th. I have minutes for March 2nd, 2020, November 4th, 2019, July 2nd, 2019, June 23rd, 2020, October 4th, 2021, June 17th, 2019, and April 21st of 2021. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 minutes, groups of minutes that need to be. I wonder if you guys all got these, because if not, we have to do them. No, they're just sent to me. So I'm going to have to forward these all to you guys. So we're going to have to vote on these and anything else we can get done at our meeting on June 6th.
So what you're saying is
There are still that first group that are outstanding that we do not have. And then we have, excuse me?
they have been approved.
They have not, the first group I said to you are still missing.
Well, there's two different issues. If we don't have documentation of it, doesn't mean that they were not approved at the subsequent meeting.
Yeah, they could have been done at that point, but
Okay.
until we have it, unless we show we have the minutes here, which we don't have. And then then the office here provided 7 different updated versions of minutes that I gave you as well, that I will forward to the entire group once I get home and have everybody's email addresses. Just let me do a group on this. And then anything we can put together between now and June 6th, we will approve all of those in advance, as well as the policy, once it's been reformatted, complete reformatting, that we did all that work at last meeting. Any questions? Is there anything else that's outstanding?
I think there's 2 sets of minutes that I don't have.
I read from your email, the ones
Yeah,
that you
that's
told me
the-
that we did not have.
Yeah, so if they were missing, I can ask Julie to pull them together, which she'll do, and we can just vote on them.
Okay, again, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. 'Cause there are 2 different issues. If I had written the minutes and sent them out, we would have voted on them. So it's not a matter of revoting, it's a matter of locating the copies of
Right,
those
those are the
minutes.
2 from 2019, they're already approved, if you have them, we can just send them off. These other handful of dates, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dates from 2021 and 2020, that you may have the minutes, I may not have been copied on it. So if you have them, they've been approved. We just have to send them in.
So I have a hard drive that died,
Right.
so.
That's why I use Google Cloud, I don't really anything. That's why I found all these.
Yeah. I mean, I have all the Gmails too, there were some minutes, I went back through and I kept everything to see if we had anything, and I'm just gonna have to double check to see what we got here, but there was 7 from 19, 5 from 20, and 7 from 21 that were missing. If the 7 that are sitting on the list, that puts us down to 7 missing.
That's all that's missing now is seven of them. So, I mean, the thing is that the
Which
committee may
is-
change, so you need to vote them before the committee changes. So we can get them up there. Before the
One,
end
two,
of the
three.
year.
4, 5, 6, 7. It's funny because the dates you have, there are 9 listed, but one showing it needs to be sent to Julie. But we're just gonna make sure we can go back through and account for everything, so.
Yeah, and I looked, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 that I sent him that just need to be voted. There's some that were amended, and then I changed the amendment and I sent it off to her. And so, I mean, you're in better shape than you
Okay,
were.
I'm getting a little bit confused because you're saying how many of the minutes there is no copy available?
That I have. You may have them. I
Okay,
don't
I'm
know.
not saying what I have, that are not accounted for.
That I don't have. There's
That
7.
have not been posted on the website is the best way to describe it. They're not official until they get on that site. I'm
No,
guessing.
they're not, no, that's not true.
Okay,
That's
cool.
not true. It's not, you voted them.
Yeah,
They're voted. They just, posting them on the website is just like another
Courtesy.
thing. Right. So there's some that were voted and then they were amended and they were voted. And I just changed the amendment and I sent it out to Julie. She posted them.
thank
So if
you.
you go take a look on the go on the town website, you'll see. And you can see the agendas and you can see what's actually missing.
Okay.
But from what I can see, is those 7 dates are the only ones that I don't have minutes for. I don't know if you have any, Lucia.
Fourth,
Well, you weren't on the committee back then,
No,
no.
This is 19, 2019?
The 19th, they've been approved. You voted
Yep.
them in, but I just don't have copies to send
So-
them to her.
So we're talking about 2019 are the missing?
Now, the 2 that were approved.
Few in each.
Oh,
There's a couple in 19, a couple in 20, a couple in 21.
All right,
Yeah, I'll see if I can forward this email to the whole group.
That'd be great.
It doesn't let me do it as a group, so I have to do them individually, and I gotta make sure I have the right email addresses.
Yeah, I'll take care of it now.
Thank you.
because
Has anybody heard from David Dempsey?
I've emailed him a couple times, but I don't have his phone number, and I should say, I even tried to text him once and never heard anything back, so
I can text him.
if you would, if you hear anything good, let us know. Love to hear it.
What are the dates you need for 2022?
22, we should be good.
22, you're good.
It's 20, it's 19, 20, and 21.
Oh.
And Julie's more than happy to watch the videos and get you up to speed. I just need you to vote on it.
She likes watching our funny show.
Well, she doesn't.
so this is sort of like the Nixon tape, the missing minutes?
Yes. Watergate. Real quick, other than the minutes and the policy, is there anything else at next month's meeting or the meeting in 2 weeks that we have that we need to go over? Because it's most likely to be the last one of the fiscal year. So I just want to make sure. If we can resolve the minutes and get the policy done, because then once we approve the policy, we can send it to the select board and get it on your agenda and hopefully wrap that up. Because
We're gonna have 2 meetings in June.
this team knocked it out of the park. Mark did yeoman work and getting things prepped. Celine was on the computer and getting all that done, and we all just chipped in and we knocked it out that day. So
Awesome.
kudos to the team on that one. That was very impressive.
You guys have done a great job. You've brought us leaps and bounds from when you first took the committee.
So,
You really did.
but if there's anything else that needs to be put on the agenda, I need to know by next week, just regarding it.
Is there gonna be something to talk about the calendar and someone at town hall?
Yeah, there's somebody that's been identified that's gonna take that over.
Yeah, we have a training.
Yeah. And that should ease the burden of the committee too.
Yeah, I mean, if we have, if that's all we're doing, the next meeting, it will not be a long one because it's only the 3 things that are going through. But again, if anything else comes up between now
The
and then.
minutes are gonna be a biggie, so if the sooner you can look for them, if you don't have them, I can have her read.
But I'm saying, if we get them all done, make sure we send them out, everybody gets to look at them. All we're really, can we do them in a batch, do we have to do them
I would
individually?
vote them one at a time.
One at a time.
Yeah, I would just vote them one at a time, so there's no questions.
Cameron's gonna let me.
Just had a thought that just kind of escaped me.
No, but I
Oh,
mean,
what-
Julie takes time to
Yeah.
get them done, so.
And I appreciate that, and thank you very much, Julie, for doing that.
What's his name, the planning? The
Oh,
guy.
yeah, Chris Huntress, what's happening
What's
with him?
happening there?
Did you ever get
We'll
it?
talk about it the next one.
No, that's what I wanted to put
Oh,
on the
yeah, okay.
agenda.
And I also have to discuss I also have to get details of the fence if I can do that between now and then too. Because Tracy was reaching out to James to find out if they could do anything, but I hadn't heard anything back regard to, I said, all we want to do is continue the fence around the other side, because we still have the money left in the project.
She was on vacation last week, so. She's just back today.
So you're just sticking that on next agenda?
Yeah,
If you could get it done before the end of the fiscal year, because there's some money left, that would be great.
try it.
There was I got one phone, picture of the trash that was left. on the-
I noticed that the other day when I drove by, I was like, I was running off to get something done, but I was like, I can't believe that people are still doing this.
Yeah, I sent it to the town because we have the same issue on Plum Island. So the DPW took care of it.
Are you saying the dumpster was overfilled
Yes,
over the weekend?
yes.
You should put a camera.
I'll send you the picture.
It was-
No, when I went by on Sunday at about was it Sunday? Going back, it was whatever time. I did see that it was overflowing. I didn't schedule another pickup between now and your
Maybe it
normal
was
pickup is
yesterday. Maybe
Wednesday.
it was yesterday that it happened, Sunday.
It was Sunday.
It was Sunday.
What day of the week did they pick up?
Wednesday. We can solve for another one, but, I mean, it's, if I don't call by a certain time,
Yesterday.
they have to schedule it for the next day. So if I call Monday or tomorrow morning, they're not gonna pick it up until Wednesday anyways.
But should we have them pick up on Mondays instead of, if
That-
it's,
It's not really we could ask them to do it.
I just don't want to pay for a second trip, but if they do it
no,
on
I'm
Monday,
just saying, pick it up the day after the Sunday, the weekend when.
I will call them and ask if that could be, I mean,
it just almost allows. them to
Wednesday
do
is their
that.
Newbury Day though,
yeah, that's why they're in the neighborhood, they come by, boom, done.
yeah. That makes sense.
They may
I
charge
didn't
us
change
more.
anything. I think, did you have a tournament there or something over the weekend?
Nope.
No, it's just a regular,
Weekend
It was
thing and
busy.
people just being,
Yeah.
It was warm.
Yeah.
Same thing happened on Plum Island, same thing.
well, what tends to happen, particularly with the weather this weekend, a lot of the programs, in the interest of safety for the children, brought extra water and cooling aids. So they're dumping water on kids throughout the day. So to me, it's more than our normal amount for the weekend. And maybe it's something that we should be better aware of. If we can get their schedules, we can look at it and just say, oh, there's 8 games today or over the weekend, and we can do a better job planning. I will ask about,
The calendar.
well, yeah, it just.
Or maybe not.
Well, the calendar would say that they've rented it. that-
Yeah, not-
It doesn't say their schedule,
Yeah.
but it'd be nice to say there's some days that, 2 Saturdays ago, 2 Sundays ago, Sunday, they were parking along the road. Because there's just not enough parking with the basketball court there and the back fence closed off. Fortunately, they're parking down to the stone wall closer to School Street where there is no parking sign, but there was just an overflow. So going forward, we may want to discuss with our permit holders, if you're having X number of games, because now you're having traveling teams come in, you're having change of shift. So what was the practice of maybe 15 cars is now up to 60. And that's just for one game.
I have a totally different question. What is the highest age group that Rush is, because there were some pretty large players on the field this weekend. Are they up into high school?
They may have a U9 19 program. I don't know what they're using these fields for.
I was just surprised.
all right, so I have the agenda all set. The next meeting is scheduled for June 6th, which is a Monday. Is that okay? Are you gonna be here? Okay, I just wasn't sure. I know you're graduating the day before.
Is that on Sunday?
No, our meeting's on Monday. You're graduating on Sunday. Aren't you, or Saturday?
I think it's Saturday, right?
Oh, I can remember.
They all gotta take work off.
Set.
June,
Oh, that's
June.
the question.
We're graduating on the 4th then.
Right, June fourth,
Yes.
yeah.
All right, yeah, we're meeting on the 7th.
The parent knows, yeah, the graduate doesn't.
Anything else? Any other questions? Any comments?
No?
You get to see,
Any
I mean-
concerns?
I mean, to be honest with you, oh, and considering this situation, just realize, the office of the town did, submit to everybody, if you're interested in doing another year, to please submit your application for fiscal year 22-23.
They sent that to you?
They sent to everybody.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
They didn't? Because,
I got in there when
Okay. When I say it was sent to everybody and I said, no, they didn't, that means I didn't get one? Okay?
I get it.
So don't say they did when I'm saying I didn't get it.
all right, give me 1 minute, let me, before we hang up this meeting.
Maybe she doesn't have your email address. Do you get stuff from her anyways?
Maybe because I sent her, Julie,
Yeah.
I sent her 2 emails with my letter. And with a confirmed receipt.
Oh, then.
You would not, on
Then,
that
then
list.
she didn't send it to you
Then
because
she
you
didn't
already
send
sent
it to
your
you, 'cause you already
letter.
sent the letter in.
But she didn't confirm receipt.
Oh, that.
What would it be in
Yeah.
it?
It's right here. Executive Administrator, you were sent it. Me,
Okay,
David Broll, David Dempsey, Coach Demps, so we had 2, and Celine, you were not on that email.
I don't seem to.
And I'm going to forward that email to you,
You
Mark,
might have
right
it sent.
now.
You might send it to me because I don't seem to have it.
Okay.
You both now.
And David Dempsey is doing okay.
Good. Thank you, I appreciate that very, very much. I'm glad to hear it.
He's starting cardio rehab,
Oh, good.
and he's going to. He's still tired,
Talk about
and
this.
I'll
maybe
be-
he'll be at next month's
yeah.
meeting.
Yeah, so let's end the meeting.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Do I hear a motion to adjourn at 6:32?
I make a motion to adjourn meeting at 6:32.
Any second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting's adjourned.